So today we will take up the same example as that of the last class. So we have 12 segments, commutator segments, 12 slots on the armature and 4 poles on the machine, and also given 2 coil sides per slot, 2 coil sides per slot. So in last example we have drawn a progressive winding. Now we will try to draw a retrogressive winding in this example. So 2 coil sides per slot, 2 coil sides per slot multiplied by the number of slots, 2 coil sides per slot multiplied by number of slots gives me total 24 coil sides on the armature, which means that 12 coils are there on the armature, which means that 12 coils are there on the armature. Okay. Now pole pitch is always 180 degrees electrical. Okay. So if you 12 slots by 4 pole gives me 3 slots per pole, 3 slots per pole. Okay. So for a full pitch coil, the coil span should be 3. For a full pitch coil, the coil span should be 3 in terms of slots. Again, if I multiply it by slot angle, it will come to 180 degrees. The coil span is 3 slots, or 3 into slot angle gives me 180 degrees electrical. Okay. So this is the coil span we found, and YC is equals to -1 I am taking. Commutator pitch in lap winding, we are talking about lap winding, and this is retrogressive winding we are discussing today. So commutator pitch is either plus or -1. So plus 1 is progressive and -1 is retrogressive. Sorry. Retrogressive. So that means, yeah, the end side of the coil side is connected one commutator segment back of the starting connection. Okay, let us see. So we have 12 slots. These are slot numbers, and these are the coil sides. 12 coils are there, 12 coils and 24 coil sides, 12 coils and 24 coil sides. So the upper layer coil side is numbered 1 to 12, and for a full pitch the coil span is 3. So if it is placed in 1, so it should be placed, the other side should be placed in 1 plus 3, that is fourth slot bottom here. So this is something like this. Like this. So first side is top of the slot 1, and other side is bottom of the slot 4. So the coil span is 3 slots, which is equals to full pitch span. Okay. So likewise second coil will be placed 2 and bottom of the 5. So likewise I numbered 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash to 12 dash, the other side of the coils. Okay. Now let me connect these coils. So I have shown one example here. The first coil, this is first coil, this is coil number 1. So the first side is 1 and the other side is 1 dash. So the coil one side is connected to 1 and 1 dash is connected to 12. Are you noticing this one? 1 dash is connected to 12 back. This is back side of the commutator segment 1. Okay. Earlier in progressive winding we have connected this 1 dash to 2 like this. 1 dash to 2, but now we are connecting to 12. So this is winding is going like this. It is a retrogressive type. Okay, so I'll try to draw the other coils also. So second coil connected between 2 and 2 dash, 2 and 2 dash. So 2 will be connected to 2, commutator segment number 2, and 2 dash will be now connected to 1, back of the 2, back side of this commutator segment. So this is like this. Okay, so if I go on connecting other coils, 3 3 dash, 3 3 dash, like this. Okay, so similarly 9 9 dash, the front end is connected to 9th commutator segment and back end is connected to 8th commutator segment. Okay, and 10th coil connected between 10 and 10 dash, 10 dash, it is going to 10 dash here. So 10 dash is this side, so 10 dash I am drawing less. So this is coming from 10, this is coming from 10, and okay, so 10 dash will go to 9. So this is 9. So this is coming to 9 from 10 dash. 11th coil 11 and 11 dash. 11 dash. 11 dash is again this side. So 11 dash. So this is coming from 11 and 11 dash will go to 10. This will go to 9. This will go to 10. So 10 is here. So it is coming from 11 dash. And finally, yeah, 11 should be connected to where is that? 10. I have not drawn this one. 10 should be connected to 10 like this, and 11 should be connected to 11 like this. Okay. Yeah, this is correct. This is correct. So 11, fine. And finally 12. 12 should be connected to, so this is 12 is here. Okay, so this is 12 and this is connected to 12. Let me draw 12 also here. Okay, so the other side is going to 12 dash. 12 dash is on this side. Okay, and 12 dash will the back side of the 12 dash will be connected to 11. Sorry, this is connecting to 11. 11 is here. Okay, this is coming from 12 dash. So that is how a retrogressive windings is going to be connected. Okay, now let us identify the brushes. So similarly that of the progressive winding, the brushes, if it is there on 1, then 3 segments later another brush will be there minus, again 3 segments later on 7 another brush, and 3 segments later 7, 8, 9 on 10 you will be having another brush. So these two are numbered as positive and these two are negative. Okay, so because for 180 degrees electrical, so 3 segments, so total 12 segments are there divided by 4 poles, so 3 segments is equals to 180 degrees electrical. Remember this one. Now, so this is now what we have done. We have done a layout of the winding and identify the brushes, brush positions. Now let us see the parallel paths, identify the parallel paths. Okay. Now, so between 1 and 2, sorry, between 1 and 12, between 1 and 12, coil 1 and 1 dash is connected. Yes, between 1 and 12, coil 1 and 1 dash is connected like this. Similarly, between segments 2 and 1, 2 and 2 dash is connected. Coil 2 and 2 dash are connected. So likewise, between 3 and 2, between 4 and 3, like that, between 11 and 10, all coils are I have represented by showing like this. Okay. Now, so wherever you feel doubt, you can raise the question to me. Okay. Now I have placed the brushes on the same commutator segments 1, 4, 7 and 10 like this. This is plus, this is minus, this is plus and this is minus. Okay. So it is just a simple circuit. This point is shorted like this, and this point is shorted like this. Okay, so this is an electrical series, number of series coils with some resistance values. So let me say this point is A, this point is A, and this point is B. Both are shorted. I represent with the same alphabet A and B. So okay, let me remove this for time being. Now this side is A and this side is B. Okay, so take this segment, take these coils between A and B. So how it is connected? 2 dash 2, 3 dash 3, 4 dash 4. And again from A to B, how these coils are connected? 7, 7 dash, 6, 6 dash, 5, 5 dash. Okay, fine. Now coming to here, between A and B again, 8, 8 dash, sorry, 8 dash 8, 9 dash 9, 10 dash 10. And again from B to A, this is again from B to A, from this point to this point, these coils. Okay, this is round. So 11 dash 11, I am coming from this side, I am going from this side to A here. Okay, so 11 dash 11, 12 dash 12, 1 dash 1. Okay, So this is how I am representing the parallel paths. So 4 parallel paths, and in each parallel path I have numbered all the coils in each. First parallel path 2, 3, 4, second parallel path 5, 6, 7, third parallel path 8, 9, 10, fourth parallel path 11, 12 and 1 are the coils connected in series. Okay, so we have identified the parallel paths and the coils present in each series path and their numbers also. Okay, now let us draw the EMF waveform. So yeah, so if each coil side is E, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in each path, in each parallel path, we have 6E maximum voltage. Okay, so from A to B, the total EMF will be 6E maximum. Okay, but when brushes are moved, as the rotor armature is moving, the brushes will sometime come to this position, shorting 1 and 2 coils, 1 and 2 segments like this, 4 and 5 segments like this, 7 and 8 segments like this, 10 and 11 segments like this. So at one moment they will be shorting the coils like this. So at this juncture the coil 2 is shorted because coil 2 is connected between 1 and 2. This coil 2 is shorted. Okay, similarly coil 2 means this is shorted, and here 4 and 5 segments are shorted, so coil 5 is shorted. 7 and 8 are shorted, so coil 8 is shorted, and 10 and 11 are shorted, so coil 11 is shorted. So in each parallel path, one coil EMF is gone to zero. At that juncture. So that means, so the minimum voltage now will be only 4 coil sides, that is 4E. So the EMF will be from 6E to 4E. This is 6E to this is 4E. This is what the EMFs will be induced in the total armature circuit. Okay, so EMF is same as the progressive winding, and only thing is the parallel paths, their coils will be different. So as the brushes moves, this coil number changes, the parallel circuit will change, but altogether at any given time the number of coils in each parallel path. So we have 12 coils altogether on the armature, we have 4 parallel paths, that means 12 by 4, that is 3 coils in each path. But during the short circuit created by brush, only 2 coils will be present, one coil will have voltage 0. So the progressive winding and retrogressive winding, physically they might have the windings connected in backward direction, but electrically they behave in a same manner. The voltage is 6E to 4E, and number of parallel paths are same, and the number of coils per path is same, everything is same, but only the physically they are connected in backward direction. So this is about the retrogressive winding, retrogressive lap winding.